Kenneth William Bryant. I've been in the renovating game for 18 years. An investor for 15. I have done a total of 36 renovations. I take homes that look like this and turn them into this. Welcome to Catapulting Change. Yo, what's up? It's your boy KB with Catapulting Change, coming to you on this Wake Up Wednesday. Listen, guys, I know the week has been challenging. I literally just walked in the door like I am running, managing multiple projects. I got my kids, I got my life. It's a lot to manage, right? But it's okay. I'm here to tell you that it doesn't matter what day of the week it is. Who cares if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? It does not matter. Do what you do each and every single day. We got to stop making excuses. We got to get to the point where we stop having these negative thoughts. Look, people are out there. Oh my gosh, it's hump day. Who cares? It's hump day every day for me, baby. I don't care what day of the week it is. I'm humping the day every single day. And I don't mean that in a nasty way. I mean that in a good way. I'm out there running. I'm out there managing people. I'm out there teaching and educating. I'm out there buying houses. I'm out there getting new renovation projects. It's a lot of responsibility, guys. I understand. We are all going through it. We are all experiencing changes. We are all experiencing hardships. Look, that's okay. I'm here to tell you that if you're not experiencing some type of hardship or stress, then you're simply not doing enough. You must be stagnant. And you cannot be stagnant in life, guys. You got to get to the point where you go out there and make it happen. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I know that's hard to grasp, right? But that's what it is. Each and every day that I wake up, trust and believe, I'm uncomfortable. It's a lot, man. It gets overwhelming. Anxiety kicks in, depression, stress, all of that. We are all human. We are all experiencing different things, but you have to figure out who you are and you have to take care of yourself. Get yourself to a point where you're good. And when you're good, guess what? You can take care of everybody else, even when you're dealing with it all. I accepted the responsibility that I am the one that is the leader. But at the same time, my goal is to teach and educate others how to become leaders. We have way too many followers in the world, guys. And I think it's great that, you guys are out here following people like myself or other people that are of influence. You have to follow these people. But at the same time, you got to get to the point where you become a leader as well. And then we collaborate together, man. How awesome would it be if everybody woke up and said, "Great morning. Don't be rude. Say it back," right? But most people aren't saying anything. We walk around with a mean mug looking like this, like, yo, it's time to wake up. It's time to stop being miserable. It's time to stop being negative. Some of the things that I've done to get myself out of this negative world is stop watching the news. Stop listening to media. Stop listening to your friends telling you that you can't or you shouldn't do that. You got to get yourself around new people. Look, I'm here to tell you that you can, you will, and you must. And until you get to the point that you actually believe that, is when your life will start to change. Stop walking around making excuses. Stop being around those people that make excuses. Also, look, prime example, one of my guys today, right? I picked him up for work. We were on our way to one of the projects. I had to drop him off, set him up for the project. Got major renovations going on right now. And he says, "Did you hear what happened on the news?" And I said, I don't watch the news. But that's the thing. Like, so many people do. And I'm going to hear about it anyway. But I'm here to tell you what is happening in New York, what is happening in Russia, what is happening in Germany, Trinidad, whatever. All these different states, right? Florida, it's the same stuff happening everywhere. Why? Because of negativity. There's not enough leaders out there that is doing what I'm doing, guys. So my goal is to teach and educate as many people as possible to develop the mindset that I have. I have what's called an unbreakable mindset, guys. You can't do anything to me that will affect me. You can't. Look, I don't use can't to myself, right? I never say I can't, but I'm telling you that you can't do anything to me that will affect me. Why? Because I'm wired differently now. I used to be negative. I used to be that guy years ago. Guy, when you look at me, what are you looking at? But for what? What does that do for you? All that does, look, the moment that you get into a uncomfortable distress situation negatively is the moment that all your progress slows down, or the moment that your team gets discouraged, or the moment that you lose money, or the moment that you end up developing a hardship. You got to come up with a solution. You got to stay positive. You got to continue to push no matter what. Look, I share everything with you guys. I lose money. I damage my arms. I have flat tires. I have tools stolen off the job, AC units stolen off the job. What am I going to do? Am I going to cry, or am I going to come up with a solution and figure out how I can minimize my loss and maximize my profits in life, guys? But most importantly, look, I know some of you guys are out there working jobs, right? Don't have the mindset that the guy that I'm working for or the woman that I'm working for doesn't care about me, because they do. If they didn't care about you, they wouldn't have brought you into their organization. Stop counting other people's pockets. Stop worrying about the lifestyle that somebody else is living, because you don't know what they've been through to get there. Look, I'm here to tell you guys that when I was 15 years old, I was facing 30 years in prison for counterfeit money, drug possession, illegal bullets and firearms and all this other kind of stuff, right? Never had any firearms or anything like that, trouble for this, but I was doing some bad things in the street. And I wasn't always perfect, guys. I used to sell drugs and all that stuff. But it's not what you've done, it's what you're doing today. You got to stop living in the past. I understand that you lost your dog. I understand that you might have lost your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister. But I'm also here to tell you that we have to move on. We don't forget about these people, but we move on and we continue to make it happen no matter what. So many times we're all out here making excuses. I used to be like that, guys. I will not make excuses whatsoever. It doesn't matter what happens in my life. I'm going to celebrate what was good and keep it moving. And I'm also going to celebrate my losses, guys. I have what's called celebrate my wins and loss Fridays. And I encourage you guys to do that, right? I work 7 days a week, but at the same time, I have to disconnect. I have to take care of myself. I have to celebrate my wins and my losses. I lose and I win. I live by the 80-20 rule. As long as I'm winning 80% of the time and losing 20% of the time, guess what? I'm fine with that. But the moment that I'm winning 50% of the time and losing 50% of the time, this is a major problem, guys. This means we got to get to the drawing board. We got to figure out some solutions. We got to come up with some things to help us get into a position where we can stop making excuses and start making it happen no matter what, guys. We cannot allow the distractions in life to stop us from doing what we're doing. Some of us are too worried about the media. Some of us are too worried about the news. Some of us are too worried about other people's lives instead of focusing on our life. Look, I'm here to tell you guys, once you structure your life, once you discipline yourself, once you get to the point where you made a decision, is the moment that you will become successful. You cannot have a limited belief system. You cannot think that it's not possible. You cannot think that you can't do it. Can't doesn't exist in my world, guys. And look, I'm here to tell you that in my household, I have kids. I have a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old. And me and my wife, we're considering bringing another life into this world. Hopefully, it's twins. I would love to have twins. I never had twins before. But this is the point I'm making. I do not allow my kids to say can't. Can't does not exist in my world. It is a bad word. It is a negative word. Want is another word that doesn't exist in my household. We don't want anything. We will go out there and get it. Listen to me now. I will, I must, and I can. Say it with me now. I will, I must, and I can. Can't does not exist in my world. I'm here to tell you guys that there is plenty of resources out here. There are plenty of influences out here. Start following the people that are out there making it happen. One of the things you must do as well is you got to Start writing down your goals, but write your goals down in a way where you speak it into existence, guys. And for those of you that don't know how to write your goals down, make sure you sign up for Catapulting Change Academy slash 21 day. Okay? If somebody that's on the call right now can put that in the chat box, Randall, if you're on the call, man, put that in the chat box for me. Catapult and Change Academy slash 21. This is a 21-day challenge. I guarantee you, when you start writing your goals down for 21 days straight, you might just start doing that over and over again. For those of you that don't know where to start, I will teach and educate you how to do that. What I do, guys, is I write down 5 goals for me personally, because you have to take care of yourself. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of nobody else. So after you develop the 5 goals for you personally, now you create 5 goals for your business. We all are entrepreneurs. Just so you know, this country in the US and other countries are full of entrepreneurships. You know, entrepreneurs is what drives small businesses. Small businesses is what drives the nation. Without small businesses, there are no jobs. You got the big corporations, right? But that's systematically and that's designed to keep people stuck in their position. You got to get to the point where you invest into the community, right? Get to the point where you make it happen no matter what. There is no excuses, guys. Eliminate the excuses, and I promise you will be successful. But realize along the way, you are going to get your ass whooped. You are going to have challenges. You are going to have hardships, money loss, etc. It's okay. Like I said, as long as you're winning 80% of the time and losing 20% of the time, it's good. Most successful people live off the 70-30 rule. So when you get 100% of your money coming in, so let's just say you get $1,000 coming in, right? If you live by the 70-30 rule, you're going to invest 700 of it, and 300 of it is what you live off of. Okay. When you get to the point in your life where you structure yourself to be responsible financially and you stop spending all the money that you make and start putting a percentage of it to work. And look, let's say you're not in a position to do that right now. What you can do is flip it around. So I live by the 80-20 rule. I invest 80% of my earnings into my businesses, into real estate, into cryptocurrency, into Forex, into land development, into new construction, etc. And the 20% I live off of, right? But maybe you're not in a position to do that yet. It's okay. Invest 20% of your earnings and live off 80%. But stop living off 100% of your income, guys. This is a problem. And this is the reason why you keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Come on now. Stop it. I'm here to tell you that you need to stop it. If you make $1,000 a week and you spend $1,000 a week, that's a problem. Now, listen, I spend a lot of money, guys, a lot of money, but I spend it so that it makes me money. I do not put money in the bank. So I don't take my 80% and put it in the bank. I take my 80% and I put it to work. I got Amazon stores. I got cryptocurrency. I got stocks. I got rental properties. I got business, construction businesses. My family has an assisted living business. I'm setting up each and every business each and every day. Look, me and my 14-year-old have a business, KB Design. So for those of you that don't know, we're actually going to be creating design work for individuals so that when I go in, the construction team can come and take over the project. There's no age limit to when you can start building credit. There's no age limit to when you can start a business. Put a business in your name, put a business in your kid's name, and build an empire, guys. But don't rely on one source. Get to the point where you have multiple streams, multiple sources, but you're investing the money that you're making instead of putting it in the bank or instead of spending all of it. We got to get to the point where we become disciplined, guys. Stop listening to the news. Stop listening to people that are not qualified. Look, half the people that go to college, the professors, so let's say you go to college to learn business. The professor never even had a business, but they're up there teaching you about a business. What happens is sometimes we're taking advice from people that aren't qualified. And because you're taking advice from people that aren't qualified, guess what? You're getting the wrong information and you're not sure what to do because somebody is giving you information that doesn't even work. So you got to make sure that you invest into a coach or a mentor that is actually doing it. For example, let's say you desire to flip a house and you come to me and say, "Hey, Kenneth, I really want to flip a house." I'm going to tell you, look, first of all, we got to eliminate that once. Once not going to get it done. I need you to come to me and say, "Kenneth, I will flip a house and I'm going to do it by June 20th of 2021. You see how clear that is? Now, I know you haven't done it yet, but you must first get to the point where you believe it. If you don't believe it, it ain't never gonna happen, guys. You got to get your mind right. You got to get your body right. And you got to get to the point where you take massive action. I will, I must, and I can. Periods. I should. I love that, Mark. I should. Should is a great word. Shall. Shall is a great word as well. I shall invest into my family. I shall invest into the community. You got to use words that are really defined in a way where it creates that clarity. All these other words, everybody's been taught, I want to start a business. I want to go to school. I want to, and everybody's dragging their feet around talking about, I want, I want, I want. I'm sick and tired of hearing it. We got to take that one to a need. But it has to be bigger than that. It has to go from a need to I will, I must, and I can, and set those deadlines. Because if you're not setting those deadlines, then guess what? It's not happening, guys. You cannot just create a goal and expect for it to automatically happen. You have to speak the goal into existence, and then you have to execute. When you execute, this is when the magic starts to happen, guys. Execution is key. The problem is some people think that once I execute, I'm so afraid that I might lose money or I might lose friends or family or I might lose myself. No, you won't, as long as you stay positive and you focus on becoming the best version of you each and every day. I do not ever get complacent. I do not ever get comfortable. And if you listen to me now, I always say to everyone that I'm just getting started. Why? Because if I have the mindset that I know everything or there's nothing else I can learn, is the moment that I stop growing. I have mentors, I have coaches, I have people that I reach out to, business advisors from my business. Because look, I can't go to my mom and say, hey, mom, I'm having this issue with my business. Can you help me? She doesn't have a business, so she can't help me. So I had to hire a business advisor, somebody that's qualified, right? So stop taking your problems to people that have the same problems but have no solutions. Take your problems to somebody that can actually give you the information you need to become successful. But it's also up to you, regardless. If you do not execute, guys, it's not going to happen. Execute, execute, execute. No matter what. When you break your arm, where you break your leg, you lose money, you lose friends, you lose your spouse. It happens. It's life. It's life, guys. None of this is perfect out here. We're all going to experience problems. And if you're not experiencing problems, it's probably because you've been doing the same thing for 15, 20 years, expecting a different result. I said to myself years ago that I will not be that person at Walmart handing out smiley face stickers when I'm 65 years old. It's not going to happen, guys. I am going to be free. I'm almost there now. I have what's called residual passive income. A little over 6,000 a month right now, guys. My goal is 20,000 a month residual passive income. And guess what? Once I get there, my goal is going to go up. It's just numbers, but you have to have a target that you can execute on. If you don't have a target or a goal, then guess what? It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen, guys. Draw out that target and then go and execute to make it happen. Get laser focused on that. Now, if you're like me and you multitask and you can do 5, 6, 7 things at one time, then execute even more. You can do numerous things, guys. You cannot be a one trick pony. If you're a one trick pony or you only have one skill or one thing that you can offer to the marketplace, then guess what? When things get slow in that department or things change, then you can't adapt to that change because you have no other skills. You lose pretty much everything. You cannot, you guys heard it before, and Easter's coming up, right? What do they say? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's a real saying. Like that's a saying that you really got to think about that. What does that mean? Well, you got to spread things out, guys. You got to get to the point where you have multiple things going on. This is what I tell my students. Invest into things that you're interested in. Okay. So, for example, guys, I love real estate. I love construction. I love teaching and educating. I love stocks. I love Forex. I love living off the land. I love the fact that when I go outside and I put that seed in the ground, and every day I'm consistent, I water it with the water, I give it the nutrients that it needs, and then later I come back and I get to harvest fresh tomatoes, cucumbers. It's what I love. So I teach my people what I do, what I love, but at the same time, you might love something else. Maybe you love making cupcakes. I'm fine with that. That's your marketplace. That's what your passion is. Go after it 120%. That's the next thing, guys. Some of you are out there giving 20% every day. You're not going to get nowhere giving 20%, right? I give 120% each and every day, no matter what. I will never, ever give 20%. It doesn't matter what happens to me, guys. I'm here to tell you, and you can document this. If I lose my arms, my legs, and all I got left is from the waist up, you will still see me doing this Wake Up Wednesday call. You might not see my hands coming around and all, but my head will be like this. You know what I'm saying? You got to get to the point where you are going to do whatever it takes, no matter what. Realize that it's not the end of the world. I know things has happened to you. Things have happened to me, guys. A lot of things. I've almost died 3 times in my life. 3 times in my life, I've almost died. I've watched my blood be recirculated. I've been hooked up to IVs for 6 to 8 weeks at a time. Look, guys, we've all been through some things. We all have our own story, but share your story with the people, encourage the people, inspire the people, get to the point that you become a value. My goal, guys, is to teach and educate 5,000 entrepreneurs. And if you guys don't have a coach, you don't have a mentor, go and sign up for catapultandchangeacademy.com. I guarantee you guys, I will push you to levels that you never thought was possible. Why? Because that's my job. It's my calling. I have been blessed to not only be a great speaker, but the ability to execute. Most people have a hard time executing. Look, for example, I read books. That's how I got a lot of this data up here. I'm a ninth grade dropout, guys. I never believed in the traditional system. I never believed in the government. Now, I'm grateful for the government. I'm grateful that they take care of the roadways, they fix up the schools, but the system of education to teach people about money is not out there. Nobody is teaching anyone how money actually really works because most people have a scarcity mentality. So people that become successful, they don't want to teach you because they're afraid you're going to take something away from them. But I'm here to tell you guys that you're not taking nothing from me. You're not taking anything from me ever. It doesn't matter what you do, I will still keep doing what I'm doing. And once you develop this mindset, it's the moment that you will keep pushing no matter what. We got to eliminate the excuses. I understand you're going through pain. I understand you're struggling right now. I understand that you think there's no opportunity, but I'm here to tell you that, man, there is so much opportunity every single day. My mind is running like, how can I get more of this? Well, I get to the drawing board and I do some research. I read. I I I hire mentors, coaches for what I'm interested in. I have a mentor right now that's teaching me about team building, guys, because one of the biggest problems out there is building a team. It's a labor shortage. So I decided that I'm going to teach and educate 16 to 25-year-olds, not just a skill and a trade, but how to become walking ATMs. How awesome would it be for someone to be able to go from demolition, framing, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, all the way to the finishing stages, just like me? That's how I became a walking ATM because I'm not a one trick pony. I do it all. And when I say I do it all, guys. And if I haven't done it, trust and believe I will do it. No excuses. You got to get to the point where you make a decision. You got to get to the point where you make it happen no matter what. And if you guys don't know how to get started, reach out to me. You're friends with me on social media. You see me out there. Send me a message. Look, I'm going to respond. I guarantee you guys, never ever be afraid to send me a message. I'm going to respond, but don't waste my time and realize that if you want mentoring, you want coaching, you got to invest in yourself. It's not investing in me. I've already invested in me, guys. I'm already successful. But my goal is to teach and educate and help others become successful. I used to teach and educate for free, right? I had 76 students. 7 of those students were successful. Wasn't charging them anything. I had to learn more about myself and my people before I became the communicator that I am today. I wasn't always like this. This is 22 years in the making. I know my video you guys watched at the beginning of this call said 18 years, but it's 22 years now. That video is old. I got to make a new one. And I've done way more than 36 renovations. I've done thousands of renovations now. It's crazy. Literally been growing 2 to 300% each and every year. Why? Because I'm open to new opportunities. I'm open to new strategies. I adapt when Corona comes or when this comes or that comes. We have to adapt, guys. You got to get to the point where you eliminate the excuses and you just do it anyway. Look, even when you read books, if you read chapter 1, execute. When you read chapter 2, execute. Stop reading the whole book. And when the book is done, now all of a sudden you want to go and try to do something. You don't get results this way, guys. And you take in too much information without even executing. Read a chapter at a time, execute. Do exactly what that book says. If you hire a coach, listen to what they say, do exactly what they say. Don't go and try to recreate the will. Don't go and try to make it your own. You haven't even gotten the results from what that person or that book taught you. Get focused now, guys. And I want you to get to the point where you get away from once, where you say, I need to. I need for you to be successful. I need for you to be awesome. I need for you to be loving. I need for you to be a great husband, a great wife. I need for you to be a great dad, a great mom. This next generation is having a lot of hard times, guys. And this is the reason why I do what I do, because we are broken. It's time for us to fix each other. It's time for us to invest into each other. It's time for us to come together, we the people, so that we can create that change that is necessary. You have to stop blaming the government. You have to stop blaming your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, the days of the week. Who cares? It's Monday. Who cares? It's Sunday. Look, I know you do certain things on Sundays, but it doesn't mean you can't work on yourself as well. Maybe you go to church on Sundays. That's great, man. That's something that you follow, something that you're passionate about, but you can't go to church and get all pumped up. Yes, hallelujah, praise the Lord. And then when you walk out of there, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. That's a problem, guys. You have to keep that positive energy going. It's not, how am I going to pay my bills? You got to say, I will, I must, and I can pay my bills. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. You hear me now? Repeat after me, guys, because I'm getting ready to jump off this call. I will, I must, and I can. Say it like you mean it. I will, I must, and I can. I will because I said so. I must because my family is dependent on me. And I can because I'm willing, I'm able, and I'm going to execute. Listen, guys, I know the week's been challenging. It's been challenging for me. Each and every day is challenging, but I would not ask for anything different. I would not ask for anything to change. I need to be uncomfortable. I need to be stressed. I need to be aggravated. I need to be sad. I need to be happy. I need to be glad. I need to love. All of these things are emotions, but don't make decisions based off emotions. Don't be that person that makes excuses. You have to push no matter what. Okay, guys, listen. Don't forget to tune in on my other calls: Generational Wealth Mondays, Wake Up Wednesdays, and Power Couple Saturdays. Now, listen, it's not a perfect world. I may miss something or I might be late for something. It's life. But I'm going to do it anyway. I promise you that. I might say I'll be on here at 10 a.m., but it might end up happening at 10:15. I might say I'll be on it at 6 p.m., but it might end up happening at 8 p.m. It's okay. Do it anyway. Don't get to the point where you stop doing what you're doing because something bad happened. For example, you know how many people call me and say, I got a flat tire, I can't come into work today? Are you kidding me, man? You know how many flat tires I've changed and put it back on and got to work late and still made it happen? Stop it, guys. Things are going to happen. It's okay. It's a part of life. It's a part of the process. I hope this has inspired you. Go out there and make me proud. But most importantly, make yourself proud. Make your family proud. And go out there and make it happen. Until next time, guys, remember, life is great. Don't be scared. Let's go.